Well, spring's trying to show up, but it's not Firebird season yet, so let's get back to work in the garage, shall we? Alright, back to work on the Camaro here. You'll notice that I've got wheels and tires. These wheels and tires came off of a 1999 Jaguar XJR. Found these on Kijiji for $500, I think, for the set of 4. Rubber's real good on them. Wheels are okay. The reason I bought them is because they've got the 5 by 4 3/4 inch lug pattern, which is perfect for this Camaro, as well as it takes these shank style lug nuts, which I happen to have left over from the Firebird. So they're not going to be the permanent wheels on this car, but they will help me get this thing mocked up and figure out what wheels and tires that I want to use. I went ahead and threw them on the axle on the rear end here and slid it up underneath there just to kind of get an idea of how it's going to sit and how it's going to fit. Yeah, just playing around here, taking a look at it, you can see, yeah, the wheels are inset quite a bit more than what I actually want, but I mean, this gives me a visual representation and an idea of what I want to do for wheels and tires on the finished project. As far as today goes, we're gonna smooth out this seam area, grind down these welds, maybe re-weld some of this, make it look pretty. Before I can do that, I gotta pull that rear end out from underneath there, take the wheels off of it, put it back, put it away, and then we can get to actual work. So let's do that. Okay, I got that axle put away. I got the wheels stacked over there. I went ahead and pulled down my poly walls because it's nice and warm outside and I can get in here and work. Now then, before I get into those sail panels, I have a new toy. Look at this. I've got a stud welder here with some studs and some rings and some dent pulling accoutrements. And I want to pull some dents here. I've got a pretty good dent in the rocker here. And then as well, it's a little bit low back in here and a little low in this patch area. And this will be a good area to practice on, I think, with that stud puller before I start working on the sail panel area up there, just to kind of figure it out and see how it works. So first order of business is let's strip the paint off of this area here and clean it up and get to working on that. Okay, I've cleaned off the paint in this area where this dent is. I would set you up on the tripod and show you what I'm about to do, but I can't seem to find it anywhere. But I've got stud loaded in the stud gun here. Gonna weld it onto there and then pull that dent and see how it goes. Okay, I got my stud welded on here. It's pretty much right where this body line is. So whenever I pull that out, it should pull straight on that body line, as well as I need to tap in right here as I pull that out, because there's a little bulge here where that's bulged out. But yeah, should be able to pull this. Let's give it a try. Well, I don't think that this little stud gun here is made to do galvanized steel. This is galvanized, and so the pins don't stick very well. So what I've had to do is bust out the welder, and I can weld the studs on here with that, and then pull them off, and then grind them smooth. So far, I'm getting this thing pulled out. It's looking a lot better. For this area in here, I was actually able to get a piece of rebar down in this hole, and then I was able to push out just down along here, and that worked out pretty good. Got it pulled out for the most part. This little guy here, a couple more pulls, and that should be good. And then up here, I think I'm just going to leave this. It's pretty close. This end right here is out a bit too far. Hammer that in just a bit, and that smooths this up. Gets it pretty close. It's not perfect, but it's quite close. Anyway, I'm going to keep on keeping on. Okay, this is not going at all the way that I would like it to. Welding the studs on here with the welder is okay, but it pulls the metal in by welding it more than it pulls it out by hammering on it. And then as well, the pins, they end up getting thin and snapping off before the metal moves very much. I don't know if you can see this guy here. Here, I'll give you a little background. Anyway, it's just pulling the head off the pin and not really working the way that I want it to. I'll show you how close it is. Yeah, if you can see that. Actually, that's a little better view there. It's just not going the way that I want to. So I'm gonna put this aside for now. I'm gonna work on something else. Let's see over here. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, I've got a straight edge here. That area there sucks. Everything else is okay. I'm gonna move on and work on something different. Oh yeah, while I had the car up here on its side a bit, I used this opportunity to trim off the excess of the floor pan flange. It stuck out here, oh, maybe half an inch up here and then tapered down to nothing on this back end. So I just zipped that off so it's nice and flush with the rocker flange there. I'm gonna rotate this over and take a look at this sail panel. All right, that's working a lot better on this, and I don't know if it's because this is thinner gauge metal or not galvanized. I mean, it doesn't seem to be turning blue as much as it was on the other, but I'm able to get this on here. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, I was able to pull this area here out pretty good. These things are staying on there. It's working out. I'll work this a bit more. I want to grind down these ugly welds and maybe re-weld some of this as well. Yeah, this is working way better with the stud gun here. I can use vice grips and a block of wood and just kind of gently pull that out. I find the slide hammer pulls a divot out, which needs to be hammered back in or ground down or something. So that's what I'm doing. So far, so good. I like it. Okay, after a little quality time with the welder and the grinder and the stud gun and the vice grips and the block, I went from having a few large dents into having a bunch of small waves. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of wavy out across there. I think it's better. I know it's not good and it's not perfect, but I think it'll do. I'm going to go ahead and pull the car over, move my tools to the other side, and go do the sail panel on the other side. Let's get to that. Okay, here's that driver's side. Here's the before, so you can see got a pretty low spot in here. There's a good low spot. There's a big dent, low spot back here. It's all low. Welds are kind of ugly and gnarly. Not that I'm going to make them a whole lot better, but I'm going to at least try. So let's get to it. Okay, a little quality time with the stud welder and vice grips and welder and grinder and all that good stuff. I changed it from being big dents into little waves. If you look down through there, it's looking all right. I could probably come back through here and in between each of these pull points, weld a stud and pull that out and get it just real nice. Tap this down, pull that out. But I don't care right now. My main goal here is just to get a little closer tolerance down and through here as I pull this across. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, just make it smooth enough that it doesn't require as much body filler as it had last time. And I call that a win. So I'm going to put away all this stuff and end this video here. Stay tuned. Next time I'm going to be doing something cool. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Oh yeah, one more thing before I go. I also welded up this structure in here where whenever they had cut off the quarter panel, they had cut right through that. So I just welded that up. It's not real pretty, but it works. Thanks for watching.